Hi, I made my track completely on the iPad with Cubasis 3.3. As I'm more limited on the iPad as on the desktop, the doors are just not so feature rich as on the desktop. I allowed myself to use some commercial plugins, but just a few. Most of the plugins I used are free. But for the drum samples, I used FAC Drumkit because it has got this very nice these envelopes like so. So you can see I loaded the sample here, like from here the zoom. But the synth engine is turned off. It's gray, so it plays only the sample. But I have these nice envelopes that give me some more possibilities to shape the sound as I like it. There's also a little equalizer in here. So I used the bass drum from the RE Portal. I used most samples from the Zoom. So here's the snare, the open hi-hat, the close hi-hat, and that's basically it. Then for the instruments, I was using AudioLayer because decent sampler is relatively basic. It has got this problem that also Jacob showed in his video, that it always loses its preset. It doesn't store it properly in the session of Cubasis. So I prefer to use the commercial plugin AudioLayer, which is also a much better sampler. It has got also some envelopes for pitch, for filter, and for the level. And I was also making use of that. I shaped some of the sounds a bit with an envelope. But basically, I have loaded these samples, as you can see it here, from the sample pack. So here are more the bass sounds, the soaring pad from the HydraSynth, then the Nymphes, the Waldorf I use as a crazy synthesizer for the lead sound. Here's another variation of it. Again, the Nymphes. The Udo I used also for some like more plucky sound. Here's another group with 2 times Nymphes sounds. This is more a bit like a synth melody that is playing for the arp. I used again a Nymph sound, which is really very nice synth, I think. Again the HydraSynth, a lot of Waldorf, Udo. From the Buchla I used more like the percussive sounds. From the Doepfer I have some effects. Yeah, and here are basically the kick sounds that I loaded in the FAC Drumkit. Coming to the effects, I was, as I said, usually using only free effects or plugins that are coming with Cubasis. So I was using the very good RoughRider compressor with the side chaining here. In the end, there's a limiter because this bass sound is quite as aggressive, and it needed that I put some limit on it. Yeah, there's the F16 filter. It's also free plugin, very nice. The wider is making the stereo is a stereo imager. It's also a free plugin from Infected Mushroom, actually. Flux Mini is a filter, and that also has got its envelope that you can control. What else? Zero Reverb. This is actually one of the best free delays on the iPad, but it cannot do any ping pong stereo effect. So So I was using also as a commercial plugin my favorite delay, which is the Bleass Delay. Stereo Lag is also an interesting free plugin that can give a little delay on one stereo channel, so you have a bit some effect in the stereo image. Dlym or DLYM, or however you shall pronounce it, is a interesting I'm a plugin with obviously a delay, but a lot of ways to alter the sound. Very interesting. What else? Here, just a reverb. Yeah, this is usually the plugins I used throughout the whole project. The chorus, I think. What is the chorus? It's the Cubasis chorus. Yeah, so as you can see, I was just using free effects or the Cubasis effects, and it's only samples from the sample pack played back by AudioLayer, and the drum samples by FAC Drumkit. Okay, enjoy the track.